Welcome everyone. My name is Zach Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a lender that operates a little bit differently. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. We can go through a little bit more about what makes us different. And once I go through a little presentation, we'll pass it over to Kyle Hershey, our COO. He'll actually show some of the back end, demo some of the systems that we have set up and some of the software. And then we'll end it with Jose Gonzalez, our CSO, who will bring it all together in the traditional sense with his 29 years of experience. So let me start by sharing my screen here. Now, hopefully most of you have checked out this page, but let me explain a little bit more about what we mean. First off, we are different than any other lenders. We're not your traditional bankers. We come from the marketing and technology background. So we are all about unlimited free leads and powering that with our proprietary software, CRM, POS, LOS, all built in together. And of course, we have AI built in as well. So we've written every line of code for what you're about to see, and we are coming from a little bit of a different angle where we've pushed many leads through many industries through all these different types of systems. So what makes working with us different? Again, we are all about the technology to scale your business instantly. We're not your traditional bankers. We want to give you a tool to allow you to do more with what you're already doing. So whether that's plugging into our company generated leads, or generating more self-generated leads from just plugging into our system, we want to make sure you can fill that pipeline, especially as we go into the big rate drop that's coming up here. Hopefully, we're getting a lot of business. Now, how do we do this? First, let's talk about our business model. We are a non-delegated correspondent, and we've done this in all the different business models there is. We've started as a FDIC bank, broker, non-del, and del, and found that non-delegated correspondent is the best. We're currently approved with over 120 lenders and investors, and that's the best model because we can do broker or correspondent, whatever is best for our borrowers. Typically, that's going to be one of our loan programs, over 5,000 programs where we are the lender with our 34 correspondent investors, because our correspondent pricing is always going to beat the broker pricing, even at the same investor, same loan program. We're funding the loan with our own money, generating our own docs with our own law firm, and with all that additional risk becomes the reward of better pricing. And if there's any reason where we can't fund the loans with our own programs here, we have over 110 lenders we're partnered with for specialty loans that are a little bit outside the box. So what that means for you guys, we have VA, USDA, FHA, Fannie, Freddie, non-QM, DSCR, all the stuff we do in-house, all the standard stuff. Once we start going outside the box to commercial, fix and flip, ground up, mixed use, CDFI, SBA, that's where we start partnering with our wholesale partners. So whatever type of loan it is, we want to make sure we have an outlet for it. We also have our AI built in with our Calvin AI Loan Officer Assistant, give you tips, tricks, push your loans through from start to finish, and link you to all kinds of different resources. Now, how do we make this happen? So we've written every line of code for what you're about to see here. Kyle will show you a little more behind the scenes, but it all starts here with our lead generating website with the AI, POS, CRM, LOS all built in together. So we've written every line of code for this, for us, by us. And what that means for you guys and your customers is one login for you, one login for your customer, no matter which one of our thousands of loan programs or hundreds of investors or lenders we choose to go with, there's only one spot you need to send your customers to. We also have our instant rate quotes with our 5,000 plus loan programs where we're the lender, where we can automatically requote those with our system automatically because we have that set up through the systems that we have in place. What that means is your customers can just go from basics, name, email, or phone number to pulling their own live rates, pulling their own 1003, pulling their own credit. All that gets synced in with their liabilities and ported into our LOS system, all without you lifting a finger. We do that with our 50 plus API integrations. Of course, we use Encompass as our backbone, but you don't have to log into Encompass. It's all through the API. So you can use the CRM to just click around in Encompass. You don't ever have to log in. Same thing with Optimal Blue for pricing. You don't need to log in, but you click the button. We still use the industry standard there. Meridian Link for credit checks, account check, VOA, VOI, appraisal works for 5 AMCs at the click of a button. You get the point. Everything is just a click away. We can also capture leads from people browsing our website with no form required. So pretty cool way to see if your customers, maybe your family members or your past customers are getting back in the market without them ever having to actually fill out a form. And you can plug into our system to generate more leads by just putting your picture up and connecting your social media. You can post our instant business cards and flyers to all of your social media, and it will go with your link that tracks the leads back to you. to generate more leads every day from what you're already doing. You can also use our Calvin dual Oz AI. So a lot of platforms have dual Oz, but we have our Calvin analyze it to see which may be the best for our borrower in that case. And we also have our development staff on hand to implement new features. Definitely request anything that you think may help the team. Another thing, in all the different models, we found that some of them were lacking trainings and support, especially in this remote environment. So we're all remote based here, but we want to make sure we're still able to get you guys all the tools at your fingertips. So you can log into our training center, basically our classroom anytime, 365 days, 24/7, to expand your skills, learn, take your required trainings, all that good stuff. And then we have our daily trainings. We do a late daily mortgage rates podcast. So all of our daily trainings are set up as like a podcast style. We do a sales training every week, and 3 days a week we do loan officer trainings on conditions, loan structure, all that kind of good stuff. We also have our live Zoom support, so you can get in there with our processors, have them help you click a button, get you unstuck, whatever you need. And then if you need some tips, we have our Knowledge Center with thousands of articles, not just from our team, but all of our partners with tips, tricks, guidelines, videos, matrices, all that kind of good stuff. And we have our Calvin AI built in for compliance to search all the federal regulations and the states we're licensed in if you need some quick compliance help. Now, our last category here, definitely some of our favorite items. We have our ability to close DSCR business purpose in over 44 states, which is amazing to expand your footprint without necessarily having to get more licenses. You have access to unlimited leads at a 50-50 split. Kyle will show you all the different ways those come in, so we'll see that in a second. And you can plug in and generate more leads at scale, whether that's setting up your own lead campaigns by copying ours, or if you already have your lead campaign set up, you can import them with our webhook. You can click a button anytime to refer a deal to your teammates for 75 basis points. Maybe you don't know how to do a fix and flip loan yet. Maybe you don't have a license in that state. Whatever you need to do to team up with a teammate, you click that button. That will go to your teammate and they can help you out. We also have our annual retreat here in Miami where we want to make sure we meet everybody face to face since we're all remote here at least once per year. Come down and we'll cover the hotel room for any of our teammates closing loans. Now, if you drop off, the replay of the video will be posted here. But let's go into the compensation plans, which is, I'm sure, the reason most of you are here. First off, our senior loan officer plan, top comp in the industry, 225 basis points on 275 margin. So that's 225 basis points on conventional non-QM. That's 112 basis points on a company lead because that's a 50-50 split. So very simple split there. If you take a company lead and you're on the senior loan officer plan. Now this is for our experienced loan officers that understand broker and correspondent is very difficult. And they're going to get everything everybody else does, but also they're going to receive referrals from their teammates. So when you click that button to refer to a senior loan officer, the senior loan officer is going to get not only a ready, willing, and able client, it's not a lead that you have to cold call, but you're also going to get a teammate to help you out. And obviously our senior loan officers have access to all the different leads. Kyle will show you here in a second. And important to note, in correspondent, there's no max commission cap. So some people from the broker model may not be used to that, which is amazing for some of the larger loan amounts. And we offer 25 basis points bonus for any volume over 2 million. So anybody rocking and rolling, we want to plug you into our system and expand. So we want to get you as much comp back as we can. And you can upgrade to a team leader to help your teammates structure loans to earn 25 basis points by helping them structure and disclose their loans. Now the fine print here, you must have experience. Obviously, doing broker and correspondent at the same time is very difficult. So you must have closed at least 6 loans in the last 12 months, have some experience, hopefully in both channels. Now, if you're not ready yet or just getting back in the industry, whatever it is, you can start as a loan officer, 150 basis points on all the standard stuff that we have, conventional non-QM, 75 basis points if you take a company lead on some of those first few deals you do on conventional or non-QM. Now, all of our teammates are going to have access to non-Delegated broker with 120 outlets. Everybody gets access to their website instantly with CRM, POS, LOS all built in to generate more leads. Everybody can use our Calvin AI features, and you'll see all the different ways Kyle can show you where the leads come from for a 50-50 split. Anytime you're uncomfortable or maybe don't have that state license or maybe just want to learn about a loan, again, click that button, refer a deal to your senior teammates that may have more experience, and earn 75 basis points. And you can do 23 states for primary and second homes. That means we can do 21 additional states business purpose without necessarily having to get new licenses. So lots of great features here. If you're ready to start, you can just click the plan, but let's have Kyle take over here and show some of the back end of how everything works.
All right, thank you. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So real quick, of course, we do full trainings on this when you come on board here, but just like any other CRM, you'll see here our system on the back end. You can send your text, emails, take your notes, they pile up here, but you can also click a button to have our Calvin AI assistant craft your emails and texts for you and send them for you. And of course, you can set reminders for yourself. You can put people on action plans, drip campaigns to email them and text them automatically on your behalf, all that kind of good stuff that most other CRMs would do. But what really starts to set our system apart here is our quoting system. So here, using our quoting system with just a few pieces of info from the client without having to pull credit or anything, you can click one button to pull all the pricing in automatically right here in our system from all of our different investors. And you can choose the rates you want to show your client. And within 2 minutes, you can send your client a nice, pretty quote that looks like this, where they can scroll over these things to see what they mean. They have their different rate choices. It pulls in the Google map automatically. It pulls in the Zestimate automatically, has the proposed loan info here, does the automatic breakdown of the taxes, insurance, the lender fees, then has you here as the loan originator, and you can also add your realtor partners to these quotes. So your realtor partners, they absolutely love this because they know when they send you a client, not only can you send them a really cool quote within minutes, but you're going to attach the realtor and show them, hey, we are your team that's pushing this deal across the finish line, right? Now, the coolest part about all this is your client can then just click start my loan application. And what that does is just takes them right to their borrower portal, which looks like this, where they can start their 1003. They fill it out right here in the system without having to leave the page. They can upload their documents here. They can see their loan info. They can see the milestone of where the loan is at, which updates automatically as you go through your milestones while you're doing the loan. So they can see everything here in their borrower portal. Now, let me show you what it looks like on your end now that this customer has submitted their application. Notice here, this is on your backlog end. Notice the 1003 is green here. It's been 100% submitted. And once your client submits their loan application, we pull credit instantly and automatically, right? So the client doesn't have to pay for it up front. You don't have to pay for it up front. It's seamless. They submit their application. We pull credit. That way, when you click our Encompass API here, as Nick was talking about, not only is the full 1003 info imported into here, but the credit is already pulled and imported. The liabilities are already imported. So everything is here ready for you to originate the loan. Now, as Nick pointed out earlier, we do have our dual Oz, which a lot of places have the dual automated underwriting now to run automated underwriting for Fannie and Freddie at the same time. But we do have our AI that is going to then analyze it and let you know which option is best for your client. Now, once you have originated the loan and the loan is in underwriting, if we scroll down here, you'll see the conditions for the file are right here all in one place for you. So everything is in one place. You and your processor can upload documents to fulfill the conditions, dispute the conditions, whatever you need to do in here so that everything is here in one system from start to finish. So this is how we take somebody from being just a name, email, phone number to communicating with them in the CRM, quoting them in the CRM, gathering their 1003, their documents, originating the loan, fulfilling conditions, everything here from start to finish with one login for you and one login for your client. So now let's talk about where these leads come from in the first place. So first and foremost, we're going to be giving you leads from our live ad campaigns. As Nick said, we come from the marketing world, so we do our own ad campaigns. We don't buy leads from third parties. They're all our exclusive leads. And what happens is when somebody clicks on our ad campaign and double opts in to be contacted, you get sent a text message immediately so that you can claim that lead and give them a call within seconds of them asking for the info. So I just have a screenshot here of just a couple hours here of my test account receiving these different leads like you will all day. Notice there's some general requests, there's some foreign national leads, some DSCR business purpose leads. So all these different types of leads coming in here throughout the day. So you're going to have these leads coming in where you can claim them. That's the first and foremost way that we provide you leads from our live ad campaigns. Now, let me show you another way that we provide leads, which is with our auto dialer here. So we have an auto dialer just like any other auto dialer. You can call 300-400 people in a day. If they don't answer, you can press one button. It drops them an automated text and email from you and goes right on to the next call. So you can call tons of people in a day, dropping those emails and texts as well. And we provide the leads here for you. So we have thousands of leads in our auto dialer here for you. So everywhere from opted-in leads to cold calls to realtor lists. So tons of calls, thousands of leads in here for you to call at all times. Not only do we give you the dialer, but we give you the leads in the dialer. Now, another way you can work leads in our system here is you can actually have us manage an ad campaign for you. So those same leads that we're giving you at a 50-50 split, if you want, we can put your budget on your own campaign, and then there is no 50-50 split on the back end, right? Because these were your leads that you purchased up front. So those same leads we're giving you that we know work, that we know we close those leads, you can say, hey, I want to do my own campaign. We just copy our campaign that we know works, put your budget on it. Those leads go to you. And of course, it's tracked so that you don't pay the lead split on the back end of those. So again, this is not required. We're going to be giving you leads for free all day on a split. But if you want to boost your pipeline even more and boost your pipeline with clients where you're not paying the lead split on, you can go ahead and do that. Now, another way to work leads is maybe you're already purchasing leads from somewhere else like Zillow or Free Rate Update or Lending Tree. Maybe you're already happy with getting leads from another source. That's great. Or maybe you want to do your own Facebook campaigns. Then you can do so here with our webhook that we give you. So we give you all your unique webhook here. That way you can plug it into anywhere else you're getting leads from. So when a lead comes in from wherever else you're getting it, it goes into our CRM instantly and automatically, which notifies you. So you can call them and quote them and do everything in our system, just like any other lead coming in any other way. So basically everywhere there is to work leads here, we have that built into our system for you. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jose here, our Chief Sales Officer with 29 years now, just experience as a loan officer and a realtor. And so we'll pass it over to him to talk about how this kind of all comes together to close loans and the support that we have here. And then we will open it up to questions. So go ahead, Jose.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. So you heard about the amazing technology and the great leads program. I don't really think any other company in the industry is doing what we're doing with the leads, and they certainly don't have our technology. So what you definitely need to make sure that you're not spinning your wheels with all of this stuff coming at you is the support that we provide. You will get assigned to a team leader. You will get inside processing for all files where we are the lender. We do have an intake team that registers your loan files on the portals. You don't have to get logins. The same intake team will submit your loan to underwriting, and our processing team will retrieve the approval and upload the conditions for you and work together with you on the loan to help clear the conditions. Most importantly is the live support also that you're going to get, because not only do you have the Knowledge Center, which is our digital version compilation of everything that we do in the company, but you'll also have live support via the Zoom room. So you can either, and with your team leader, you can either meet with your team leader for structure assistance as soon as that loan application comes in, or you can come and meet in the Zoom room, most likely with me, so I can help you structure your loan and hopefully get that loan to closing. Very important when you get new types of loans, maybe you've never worked before, like has happened before. In the past, we've had MLOs get leads on one in particular. Loan was denied by somebody else. She came into the Zoom room thinking that it was going to be a full doc or a bank statement loan. It had previously been denied as full doc. And we ended up reviewing it with her, realizing it had to be a P&L loan, profit and loss loan, which we then assisted her through multiple meetings in the Zoom room to close that file in 3 weeks and 2 days, along with an appraisal waiver. And mind you, that was a $1.5 million purchase. I think it was $1,056,000 loan. So she made the full commission on that, and she made about $16,000 on her first deal because we gave her the support. I can pretty much guarantee you that had we not been around to give her the type of support that she needed on that file, She would not have realized that that had to be a P&L loan, or maybe would not have been able to take it to the finish line in the time that was needed. So that's one of the many examples where the extra support that you get here, readily available at the mortgage calculator, is going to help you close your loan and close more loans than you've closed in the past. So looking forward to helping you structure your loans at the mortgage calculator.
All right, thank you, Jose. So let's talk about the next steps, and then we will open it up to questions here. When you're ready to move forward, you're going to go to the mortgagecalculator.com/join. We'll put the link there in the chat for everybody. And what you're going to do is sign up for the plan that's applicable to you. Now, the senior loan officer plan, you can come on board as a senior loan officer as long as you're experienced. So what do we mean by that? You must have 6 loans closed in the past 12 months. So this is for active producing loan officers, right? If you've closed at least 6 loans in the past 12 months, go ahead and apply as a senior. We bring you right on board as a senior. If you don't have that production to show, or maybe you're just getting back in the business, maybe you're brand new, maybe you're just getting your license, you would sign up here as a loan officer. And once you have that 6 loans closed in the 12 months, you can upgrade to a senior loan officer. So you go ahead and apply for the plan that's applicable to you here at the mortgagecalculator.com/join. And then it's going to take you right to fill out the compensation agreement. Now, you don't need to fill it out right then. It's going to email you a copy as well, so don't worry. Take your time, review it. But once you do sign that initial agreement, that's what kicks off all of the next steps, where we'll reach out to get your employee documentation. We will walk you through sponsoring your license, all that kind of good stuff, right? So go ahead and go to the mortgagecalculator.com/join and sign up for the plan that is applicable. Now we'll go ahead and stop recording here, and we will open it up to questions.